Okay, let's get this focused. Are we focused? I think we're focused. Good morning. Hello. How are you? It's been a hot minute. Welcome to the TL Travel YouTube channel. If you're new here, if you have been following along, you might notice maybe that I have changed locations. Ever since my negative COVID test, I have moved into like the main cottage, or like lake house or whatever you want to call it. Up here, I am no longer in my isolation cabin, but yeah, my trip is coming to a close. This is a weird angle. I'm really sorry for like all of this. But my trip here is coming to a close. And although I have loved being here at the lake and also being here in like the main house, my room in here is very tiny, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But it has led to my stuff being strewn absolutely everywhere. You can't see it now, but this room is a mess. So I need to get myself all packed up because these travel days, I guess I should call them, it's like a whole situation. So I'm going to get things started and start to pack things up and like kind of fill you guys in on the situation as we go, make some progress while I ramble. So basically where I am at and where I have been for the last little while is just about an hour and a half away from my parents' house in the city where I grew up, which is another few hours from Toronto, which is the airport that I will be flying out of. So the process, because I am flying out incredibly early in the morning in a couple of days, is that we are going to pack up here and drive into town, which is actually something that we have been kind of avoiding up here in our bubble, but we're going to drive into town, stay the night there so that we can get up at so that we can get up at about 2:33 in the morning and drive like a shorter trip to the airport so that we don't have to like do it all in one go. So yeah. Although it is only a 4-hour flight from my parents' home to my home, it ends up being quite the process. But it is tricky times at the moment as well, as you guys know, with everything going on in the world. So if you are interested in how the actual like airport is and travel day and everything goes, be sure to stick around and also hit that like and subscribe button, because I have been doing some traveling and everything throughout Canada recently, and there is more coming for you guys on this channel. It's just obviously I have to make sure that I'm like doing everything as safe as I can. So we do post new travel content every Thursday and Sunday, and I am going to continue doing that. So it's worth, sticking around. This one's a little more casual today, but they aren't always like this, and I like to shake it up. So yeah, we're gonna get moving a little bit quicker. Also, you need to see these fall colors outside. This is like amazing. Hold on, let me look at these colors. Absolute perfection. For anyone who's wondering, the area around Apsley in the Kawartha Lakes has some of the most beautiful fall colors every single year. Okay, so we are back in town now. Just finished the drive. Weather is hectic and chaotic right now and so windy, so hopefully that'll like calm down by the time that we leave. But back in town now, I am just going to call Derek because he's gonna be picking me up from the airport in the morning, and then the plan is to eat food, pack some stuff up that I need to add to my luggage for my flight home, and then get some sleep. I'm going to go to bed super early. Especially like super early for me, who likes to stay up and work until all hours of the night. And then we're waking up about 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. to start our journey to the airport. Good times.
I'm too tired to do anything. But I can't do nothing because then I'll just fall asleep.
And then I'll be wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to go at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, me too. Me too, babe.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll text you later.
Okay.
But I love you too.
Have a good sleep.
You too. Bye, babe. You gotta turn it off. Good morning. It is 3 something-ish. And what's happening here? There. It is 3 something-ish, and it is dark, and I slept okay, but there's like a dog next door that loves to bark all night long, so that was lovely. As you just heard, I'm just like getting all my stuff together now, and then we are heading out the door for the drive to Toronto and my flight back home. So, exciting stuff. It's like a slow, weird process, but we will get there. Okay, hi, hello. It's been a minute since I have filmed. You can't tell because we're still in the same video, but basically what happened was I left my video camera like charger and battery in Ontario. So once my camera battery ran out, I could no longer film for you or finish the video. And I could not get it mailed to me from Ontario back here in time for some stuff that I had to do. So we had to order another battery and another charger so that I could get back on here and A, work first and foremost, and then B, finish this video for you guys. So You're welcome for that grand explanation that wasn't really necessary, I guess. But what I wanted to do was just come on here and make sure that I gave you guys like the lowdown on how I felt about my second flight, or my flight home from Ontario. Because I did say like my first flight from Edmonton to Toronto felt pretty safe. Like nobody was there. There wasn't a lot of like touch points. The security was great, all those kinds of things. But when I left Toronto to fly back to Edmonton, cases had obviously like spiked quite a bit. We were in the middle of the second wave, and now we're also in the second wave in Alberta, so fun times. As I believe I've already mentioned before, I'm going to do like a full Flair Airlines specific review where I talk about flying with Flair and what that was like. But in general, flying home there still wasn't a ton of people, to be honest, in the airport. Like one of the things that I was surprised by was just like how easy it was to keep distance in the airport itself, both Edmonton and Toronto. Because yeah, there just aren't as many flights going out at any given time right now. So yeah, that made social distancing super, super easy. It gets a little bit more difficult when it comes to boarding, which I will get into in my next video as well, boarding procedures and all that kind of thing. On my initial flight, everything was like, everybody paid attention to the rules, wore their masks, nobody seemed to have any problems. So that was really, really helpful in making me feel safe. On this flight back, fun story, we had 3 people who, while they seemed to have no problem wearing a mask, they like were refusing to put it over their nose, which like kind of defeats the purpose. I don't know. So like that ended up being a bit of a struggle. And then it kind of got to the point where like it seemed like a lot of people who were sitting around them were more nervous and more skittish, just because like they didn't seem to feel safe, which then made me not feel so safe. And you know, I've said this before and I am going to say it again. Flying right now, at least domestically in Canada, because that's where I am, it feels like it ultimately comes down to who's on your flight. You could luck out and be flying with a bunch of people who, you know, are totally fine with following the rules and regulations and are respectful of your space and all of those things. And that just like makes everything so much easier for everyone. Or you could be on a flight where there are people who don't want to participate in the rules and regulations. They would like to be able to fly, but exercise their freedom to put others at risk if they so choose. Sorry, that's me being a little sassy. But yeah, ultimately it comes down to people around you. So I will stand by the fact that flying right now, I don't think personally, I'm not a doctor or scientist, but personally, I don't get the feeling that flying is any more dangerous than, say, going to the grocery store. But in that same respect, there are some elements that could play into it being or like becoming a more dangerous situation, if you know what I mean. And really it just comes down to making sure that like you are doing the best to do what is safe for you and for the people around you. And I guess just how much you trust that others will or will not do the same. I suppose my final review after doing 2 flights here within Canada would be that it felt a lot safer than I originally expected it to, but definitely not as safe as I hoped that it would. So take that as you will. If you are planning to do any flying in the near future, I would love to know sort of like how you're feeling about it and if this video even helped. Obviously, there are so many questions and so many things that are up in the air right now that it's hard to like, I really can't just come out and say that it you know, it is safe or it isn't safe, because there are so many factors at play, and a lot of those factors are too like associated with how comfortable you are. But I will be able in my next video to give you a good review of Flair Airlines and how they're handling the situation in general, because that, you know, there's a lot less that varies with you know, policies that an airline does or doesn't have. So I'm excited to share that review with you guys. If you're interested in checking it out, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss it, but it will be my next video. And yeah, leave a comment down below and let me know if you have any travel plans coming up. I always love to hear what you guys have going on. And until I see you guys in my next video, stay great, stay safe, and I'll see you then. Bye guys.